Ah, haha. All right, cool. I think I gotta go now. Hello, friends of the internet. My name is Cueball, and today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. So I know I actually did my first ever live stream on Friday, which was really cool. And it was just me gaming, playing a spooky game. Um, but I've kind of decided that that kind of stuff should be reserved for Twitch. So I'm actually going to at the end of the stream I'll add my Twitch channel, which I haven't used anything on it yet. Don't know my schedule, none of that stuff. But what I've kind of came up with this crazy idea is that I want to do kind of a group workshop session. I found that storyboarding some of my stories is the best way for me to write things, which so far I've only written like 4 chapters of like 3 different books, it feels like. But the entire point of doing it this way is both to motivate myself to actually get a move on some of these stories, and then I thought it would be a lot more fun and interactive to create a story as a community. Um, and so, by what I mean by that is kind of sitting here storyboarding out chapter by chapter. Maybe I would write it live. I doubt it. I would probably write it privately. But what actually happens and the flavor of the story and how the characters interact and everything like that would be decided again as a group. Or at least for this first story that I have the premise already kind of built in my head and what it would look like, what the overall feel and message and point is. But all that's kind of subject to change, and I purposely picked something that I didn't have that fleshed out in my mind, specifically so I can I'd be just so much more open to interacting with all of you and to changing everything on the dime depending on what everyone wants. Um, and so, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit of royalty-free music in the background because there might be times that I'm sitting here concentrating a little bit too much, and so I want to make sure that I have something going on. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of weird. Um, so yeah, let me start that, and then I'll give you guys kind of the general premise of what I have in my head so far, and then I'll move forward from there and just kind of start creating. If people pop up, I'll say hi, see if they have any input, and we'll keep going based off of that. See, all right, there should be some music. Hopefully, you guys can hear it in the background. It's really quiet, so I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. It's kind of like this ambient electronic music. Um, so as you can see, kind of here, I have a draw.io open, which is just a really simple kind of diagramming slash flowchart creating tool. And at the top, I have the working title for this story, The Light of the Forest. And basically, all that I have at this point is this kind of visual, this imagery in my mind of it's sort of like an Alice in Wonderland thing, but it's a person who wakes up in this forest, and everything's completely black and white except for where the light's kind of coming through the leaves on the top. So I imagine it's a heavily, I mean, it's a very dense forest, so there's not a lot of light bleeding through, but there's just these rays are coming through, and wherever it touches, just this vibrant color just shows off the world. Um, and it's supposed to evoke again kind of that dream-like feeling in things, um, and this is absolutely inspired by some of my recent playing of stuff like Ori and the Blind Forest or Ori and the Will of Wisps. Maybe a little bit of a Limbo in there, where it's again kind of a this art book, yet somehow isolated magical wonderment, is kind of the basic premise. Um, and so, uh, yeah, that's kind of all that I have to go on. Is that I imagine whoever our main character is waking up into this fantastical forest and is staring around at all of this black and white and is fascinated by this light beam that's just kind of shining through. And slowly they'll meet all kinds of crazy characters, and people that maybe they start to care about and realize that I'm trying to still figure out where the light really shines through. Yeah, that's basically it. So if anyone's on, let me know if you had any kind of input into what you want to see from this story, kind of a cool idea that you have. Again, I was kind of picturing as a little bit of an Alice in Wonderland, so it's crazy as can be. So there can just be characters that pop up that don't make anything sensical, but they're there for a meaning, or they're there just to screw around with things. And so I'm just going to kind of start storyboarding and start with like the main character, whoever this person is that wakes up in this magical forest, and just go ahead and feel free to chat at me, let me know any kind of input that you have, because I really would love to have a community-driven story, not just something that was built purely from my mind, because Lord knows I have enough of that, and I haven't made any progress on any of that. So I think with a bunch of people behind it, it'll make a lot more progress. And let me make sure that there's still music playing the entire time. Okay, cool. So first character, let's just pick squares, I guess, to kind of represent characters. I think to kind of fit with this dreamlike sequence, and also just to better have me feel connected to the character, I'm thinking like a tween boy. So someone who's old enough that should the story call for, can do some very physical tasks, but not someone old enough that they wouldn't immediately kind of jump to it. Like someone who's still super susceptible to just intake of this kind of fantasy. So I'm thinking, I don't know, like a 12 or so year old boy. And probably we should give him a name just to have a kind of working thing to reference to, so we don't just keep saying like the 12-year-old boy. So I'm trying to think of what are some of the kind of generic whimsical names. No, not Charlie. I don't want to copy something like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or like a Harry. I mean, I guess it is that character. It's that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that Harry Potter. Again, that person whose curiosity will lead them, or that Alice in Wonderland. I guess I could put a person next to it because that's fun. I don't know. We'll say William for now. We'll come back to that whenever we think. So what ends up happening? I don't want to use. I like the triangle just to kind of show that like things are moving, but I don't think it's perfect because it's too small. It doesn't hold text really well. So we'll just do circles for kind of major plot points. And so we'll just put up wakes up in a forest where all is black and white, except for light beams coming through the leaves. Maybe we'll do something like, yeah, we'll just keep connecting it like this. So we'll connect you down. Ooh, no, I wanted this. Connect you down. It makes it ugly, but it's not designed to be pretty. It's supposed to be kind of a practical thing that tells you what we're trying to build. What are we doing? So it wakes up in a forest, see the beams. I think the next thing should be kind of that curiosity should really take hold of him. And I mean, think about it, like if you saw that, like you would immediately be drawn to the light, right? So that's probably what I think I want to go with. So drawn to the light and interacts with it. And here's where I'd think maybe we introduce our first character beyond kind of our protagonist, who I'm largely leaving as a blank slate at this point, who will develop personality as we want. Kind of that white rabbit or something like that from Alice in Wonderland. It's either that or something else happens where there's something else curious, like a like an object that would draw him. So again, we have to have that thing that pulls you deeper, the thing that proves the main character has this curiosity that'll lead them on to some sort of ridiculous adventure. Um, trying to think. What if there was something, I guess, that had permanent color in the environment? So kind of similar to taking something from like The Giver or something like that, where there's it's the color red. All of a sudden is visible to the main character, and that's what kind of leads them down this path to realizing that they're in this arbitrary world. Um, right now, I'm saying William's a blank slate. I don't have anything designed, but that's also largely to have anyone add to him. So if we decide to make him, besides just again the curiosity that you need for some sort of journey. He could be angry, he could be really quick and then learn something, or he could be one of those people that doesn't care about the environment and that's a really easy lesson to use in a forest setting. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, the idea of using the color is important. I'm debating though whether or not I want to use a kind of an actual object that just permanently has color, or do we do something where like one of the beams of light that he sees coming into the forest that's again showing the color hits something reflective, so something like water or something like mirrors or something like that that just kind of um, again draws you in. Um, I like the mystery. I like because and in my head, at least, this is a ridiculous, fantastical world, and so I like the mystery that's held if there's like a singular object that's like, why is there color in this? Because again, if you're in a world of black and white, you see that stuff from the above is shining down color. If there's something that's not obeying to those laws, it immediately should just wrap up the whoever William's going to represent, the reader, whoever. We could also leave William like blank the entire time because maybe he's just supposed to be an avatar for you to experience this story. But I think I'm gonna go with that. I like the idea of an object with permanence color, um, and classic. I think it should be like a leaf. I think a leaf flying through the wind is the easiest thing, especially because we're in a forest. So the representation of nature blowing the leaf across. So there's some sort of higher reason as to why William's woken up here. Um, I'm trying to think of let's make it something also weird. So I'm thinking like a blue leaf, like a maybe not quite a scion, but something. Yeah, I like scion. Do something again, something that really pops, and not only speaks, because you get to convey something not just to William but to the audience, whoever's reading, that hey, this ain't normal. So scion leaf blows through the wind and leads William further into the forest. Or maybe, and William, I want to make William the person who has action. So we'll say scion leaf blows to the wind and William chases it down. Or just chases it. I'm not going to say that he can get to it because I think it should be... again, I like the mystery because if you can get a hold of it, then it loses a little bit of its mystery and a little bit of its versatility, and us just kind of popping it in whenever we need to for now, until we learn what actually are we doing with it. Um, so I'm picturing this big, fantastic scene, full of exhilaration, as he chases the leaf. I can't spell exhilaration, but that's all right. So then it has to lead him somewhere. Obviously, that matters. Um, Ooh, that's a good question. Is William from another world? I think so. I think it should be. Again, I think maybe I'm feeding off. Let me know what you think of this, Frango. Is if something kind of like an Alice in Wonderland or a Dorothy, where they come from someone who's of our world, and then is found with this new world that's kind of like, wait, what is this? Why is this? Why is it like this? It's clearly wrong. And then it also would help him connect with the reader easier. Um, and so I like that idea because I like what you're leading to with the do the creatures even know what Scion is? So maybe it makes him special that he can even describe color. Um, because I'm thinking that the yeah, I like that. So let's keep with the squares to kind of add to William of let's say from I'll say our world or whatever an equivalent of our world. So it kind of has all of our basic understandings. Um, and then I actually really like the idea of because I'm picturing a scene just leading up whenever he meets his first creature, which is probably about to happen, where he has to describe like, hey, uh, what's the deal with that scion leaf? And they're like, what's a scion? I think that's actually really good because it leads to again that questioning of a basic understanding of the world. And I did not start the next song quick enough. Royalty free music, so I don't ever deal with the law. Anyways, so it has to lead him somewhere, and I'm thinking it has to lead him to a creature, but I think where is just as important. Um, and then we can have that great interaction of who are you? Did you see that leaf? What leaf? And then we can get into the whole discussion of the light beams, but we have to leave this character mysterious or panicked. So now it's got to be our big first guide character. I don't want to use anything too much from our world, so I don't just want to say generically like, "Hey, it's a monkey." I think it should be kind of a if I'm going based off of that, like a monkey-like creature. Um, so I guess let's make a new square and put it over here for our monkey man thing. Monkey-like critter. So now we're gonna say William finds monkey-like creature. In I like I'm trying to think of a cool imagery. I'm thinking in maybe in like a field of flowers, but he's specifically either he's like specifically picking just dead flowers or they're all kind of look like dead flowers. Oh yeah, what if it's reverse? What if it's kind of like an inverse of what we live in? So what if it's a field of dead flowers and he's specifically picking the ones that are alive? Yeah, I like it because it adds to kind of this insanity and this entire idea that the world's different and it's top turned over. In a field of flowers, of dead flowers, and is picking the living ones. Ooh, this music's almost a little spookier than I wanted. Nah, it's fine. then we have to have our first interaction. And I can make these bubbles as big as we want. And I can add whatever detail to them that's needed. Because like I can put in some quotes here, so that way later when writing it, I have kind of the basic ideas of the basic feels. Maybe I'm copying a little bit too much from Narnia if I make this monkey creature kind of panicked that they're looking for something on a way out, but I think it's a really good motif, again, that adds to something's wrong with this world. But I could also go, because that was the same thing with, again, the White Rabbit, was completely panicked at the beginning of Alice in Wonderland. But I'm thinking, I don't know, do something different. What if it's, what if the creature's old or not even phased when meeting William? What if it's yeah. I don't know. I'm just running off of whatever here. So old, unfazed. Maybe complacent to whatever world this is. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like this song. Why is it getting so dissonant? Can we get something? Let's see if the next song's maybe a bit more happy. Nah, we're not gonna play. Let's see. Okay. Playing it, I was getting spooked out, and the world was gonna become. Yeah, I think William has to be monochrome. Like when he like looks at himself. I think that's actually an important detail. I think he'll be color whenever he's in, again, whatever light is coming through. Which I guess would make the world, because it would make the world really dark, like physically dark, not just like ooh evil dark. Like it would make it actually very dark if only the light coming through is of color, but then only things that are like directly in that light path are color. So there almost has to be sort of a weird kind of whatever. We'll say everyone's got night vision, you can see the darkness, but I like that kind of when like right here, this drawn to the light interacts with it. Let's add in that specific detail of watches his hand turn from I'll use monochrome because that's a fun sounding word, to color when interacting. So kind of again like sticking his hand in and out and seeing it just change before his eyes would be a freaky thing, and then the leaf comes and blows by, follows it, we start working, we start interacting, I guess, with this. What is this? Royalty free music, you're letting me down. I liked this first song, and now it's throwing me off because it sounds like chaotic as hell. Can you stop? Is there multiple songs playing? Is that why? I think that's what's happening. Oh god, how do I stop it? Stop! Oh my god, it's all falling apart. The concentration of the music, nothing's making any sense anymore. Okay, got it off. It's okay. I'll wait on the music for a second. I'll write whatever thoughts we're kind of having on old monkey doesn't register William. I'll say William asks did you see where the leaf went? Because I want it to be kind of a weird thing where he's like somehow, you'd think your first question would be like, where am I? But like he's now fascinated by this leaf. I need a name for Monkey Man. Artemis. No, that's stupid. Oh, I'm literally gonna Google old monkey name, and we're gonna see what pops up. Oh no, these are like the I don't want that. They're giving me like the genealogy names, and well, we're going with Artemis because I just want a name and I don't care what, and it doesn't have any meaning at this point. But it probably should because it's probably gonna stick. Oh God. Da, 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 da. Whatever. Artemis. Let's see where the leaf went. Artemis. Going to have to be a bit more specific. And this is where we can have our fun thing of William says the Scion one. Or maybe because he's 12, because what 12-year-olds like? The Scion leaf. They're going to say the light blue, the bright blue one. Scion 1. Oh God, this feels so wrong with the music. Hang on, let's see if this place will fail me now. Royalty free electronic music. See what pops up. Not there. Didn't like that music. How about here? Yeah, this is the place I was, and we're gonna play this one. Yeah, I can rock to this. Alright. Bright blue one. This is where Artemis gets to say blue. Maybe William then says, you know, the color of water. Yeah, like crystal clear water. I don't know what circle's gonna represent yet, but it looks like it's representing something along the lines of like really big important moment. Whoa. Artemis blue, yeah. William, yeah, like crystal clear water. Artemis doesn't understand. And dismisses himself, saying he has no time for crazy people. Something like that. Alright, I already really dislike the circle, so we're gonna change it. Give me something new. That didn't work. I said new. I wanna change you. Well, this'll work. Bah! Bah! Ooh, look at all that text fit inside that little box. Ba 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 da. Connect. There we go. That looks a lot better. For crazy people, so now let's have Artemis leaves, and this is just a continuation of this. Artemis leaves while William asks where he is, realizing that that's the best thing to say. Artemis responds, responds to the forest. How about that? That's a great name for a place. Why do I keep putting in 2 R's? Am I an idiot? We talk about Forrest Gump? 'Cause apparently we've been talking about Forrest Gump and I didn't realize it. How about William chases Artemis behind a tree and he no there. I'm thinking something like all he finds is flower petals floating through the wind. Can't reveal all our secrets yet that these people don't understand what color is. One who understands what color be. Okay, ow! Need some more of that hypnotic music. Turn it up a little bit. There we go. Let me see what sound levels are at. Okay, maybe I have it a little bit too loud. I see that now. There we go. Okay. So now what happens? So we have William, who just ran through the forest, met this kind of monkey-like creature. I'm picturing old white-haired monkey. I'm picturing kind of like one of these boys. Maybe, yeah, that's not bad. I like albino gorilla. Let's go with that. Or just have albino monkeys in general. I like that imagery. Again, we won't know that he's... I guess we won't necessarily know that he's... Just copy the image. I don't know if I can post images in here. Yeah. Whatever. So I'm picturing something like this. Something has to be more unique about him. I'm picturing maybe a little bit more human-esque, but that can be fleshed out kind of whenever. It's just supposed to be a creature that seems maybe a little bit otherworldly, and you know, you don't want it to be boring. So Williams chased him. He's only been told the forest monkey completely disappeared on him. And so now he's looking around trying to figure out what else is he going to do. What's another interesting thing to have happen. What if... Kind of going back to that idea that I was discussing maybe a little bit earlier of the boobity bibbity the like reflective surfaces. So what if we do have some water, and maybe I don't know if I want the leaf in it, but just the fact that he can see water and it kind of radiates a bit of color. Oh, what if the world's afraid of color? What if they've been kind of conditioned into thinking that it's like contaminating the forest, um, and then you can have your whole underground society that understands that color is good, because it represents light, which represents life, and all of that, fun jazz. Um, oh, I like that a lot. So I like that again. He's over there interacting with the light again, and interacting with the way that it kind of plays in the. Um, if you saw an eighth color, What does that mean? Are you talking about how like monochrome only has like seven colors, so like black, white, gray, and all that type of things? Um, yeah. So what if yeah? So he's gonna go play with the water. Um, oh, like beyond Roji Biv. Um, I don't even think it's Roy G. Biv. I'm picturing complete black and white, so all you have is shades of light and dark. Um, because I just established that the B in Roy G. Biv is currently not known by at least one critter in this world. Um, So, oh god, my mouse hand is so. I've got this new mouse because my wrist's been hurting from working at home with my mouse too much, and it's slowing me down. But it's cool. I feel like I'm a futuristic badass with it. So, no, not circle. It's got to be the oval. Um, so let's have. See, the physics of none of this makes any sense, but that's the point. Because like, if there was light coming in and the light brought color, then anything that had any sort of light, um, yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking that they're gonna call it something uh, like the fire from the sky is contaminating something. Um, and again, yeah, no, I like that because it inspires fear. But then there will be certain people that aren't afraid of it or aren't freaked out by it. Um, will be inspired by William, who says no, color's natural. It gives beauty to the world and all that. All of that romantic jazz that'll eventually come up later. Um, ooh, actually, as a matter of fact, what I think one of my neighbors is not having such a great time. Oh, sorry if you heard that. Um, yeah, what if he's interacting with the color and it is freaking people out? So he sees like a weird small creature family kind of staring at him while he's doing it. Um, I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, yeah, 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 yeah. Let's build upon that idea that um, people are freaked out by colors and things they don't understand. Um, William sees another color light beam that is reflecting in the water. So we'll say he plays plays with the water. And I'm thinking that off of something that's like kind of a reflective surface is like the water kind of absorbs it a little bit, and so for the area that's like radiated near it, there's still a little bit of color that just kind of lightly fades away. But also then the physical area around it, because it's again kind of that very reflective-esque surface, which I know physics says that every single surface is reflective and it's only not absorbing the color that it is reflecting, and yada yada yada. But like shit that like reflects directly to make things brighter. So again, like glass, a mirror, water, that kind of thing. And so the imagery that I'm picturing is it's almost like a mirage, like kind of that wavy kind of heat essence is radiating from it, but it's literally color. So in this case, it'll just be that blue and maybe some of kind of the brownish gray dirt that's at the bottom of the stream. Light beam that is reflecting in the water from a small stream nearby. So plays with the water. Color is reflected and radiates but disappears like heat. Ooh, what if there's the fun so what if we then have let's get us some small woodland creatures that we can merchandise and sell toys of. No, I'm picturing like small like twig-like creatures. Here's observe William do this. When William notices, they quickly scurry inside a near tree. So now we have William freaking out because nobody's telling him shit, and they keep running away. Let's have William drink. I mean, he's got water in front of him. It's colorful. Drinks the water and gets tackled by new character. I don't know who. This will be like, this is our Ron Weasley. This is our new best friend, everyone. I don't know, and I don't even have any concept. I don't know why I'm immediately assuming he's gonna be a best friend, but I'm just assuming he's gonna be one of those kind-hearted people that tackles someone and he's like, "No, you're gonna die. You're drinking the poison water that's full of the fire from the sky, and it's not right." He's not gonna be the old monkey. The old monkey just like popping up later. Maybe he turns out to be God. I don't know. We'll do something weird like that. What's a creature that we inherently trust? Dogs. I like that. Hang on. The dog has to be unique. I'm picturing more maybe like a fox. Let's Google. We're gonna Google names of people you inherently trust. Ah, jeez, I accidentally activated the Google on my phone when I said some of them keywords in a row. I don't want images. I just want um, trustworthy names. How about that? Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Steven, huh? Ross, Christopher. Want to raise successful kids? That's not what I want. I don't want smart people. Names to trust immediately. Let's try that. Let's see if this is what I want. Yeah? What was that? My screen just kind of weirdly flashed. Also, sorry that I'm showing all these ads from me doing Googling stuff. But whatever. Um, Animals. Sharon's sister's name is Bunny. Rosebud from Charlie Dickinson, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. This isn't what I want. I don't want this. I want names that mean trustworthy. I like that. Uh, Gigi. Yeah, I like that. It's a unique enough name. We recognize that character's name immediately, so we keep it. Gigi Fox, like creature. So I'm picturing like on all four petals, maybe kind of has like a clear stripe, almost like a skunk. Um, Clear stripe leading to a big bushy tail. Yeah, and then that um, inherently trusting, dare I say, gullible, and that'll be a character flaw for us to over, because she's gonna be manipulated all the time, and maybe by William, maybe we make him a jerk, or more likely by someone else, and William teaches her to stand up for herself. How about that? Tackled by Gigi. Um, so, let's. Mm, 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 mm. Hang on. I had what was it? I had an idea in my head. Sorry, I got distracted with something on my off screen. Um, which is really mean to do when I'm streaming. I'm sorry there, friendos. Um, Tackled by Gigi. Gigi gets to be all. Um, don't drink the. Oh, now we get to find a fun made up word that's going to mean color, but it has to sound bad. Um, don't drink the mungo. No, that's I can't. I don't be able to say that straight the entire time. It has to be something. Um, those hard consonants kind of make things sound rough and evil. Um, but I don't want it to be too evil because we'll refer to it a lot. So what if it's like the Glinder? Yeah, yeah. Anyone think that Glinder's a weird sounding thing? Maybe. Here, I'm gonna. Ooh, new level of interaction. I'm gonna try typing in the chat for myself. So how about Glinder? Name for evil color. Yeah? Sound good? Someone got a better name for it? Don't drink the Glinder, you idiot. I like putting GG at the front so I know who it's gonna be when I'm gonna look back at this. GG, don't drink the Glinder, you idiot. William. You mean the water? You mean water? GG. Not the water. Oh good, I got approval. Approval for Glinder, baby. Not the water, the brightness that pollutes it. William looked uber confused and is at a loss for words. So GG continues. I'm thinking something that's kind of that like light condescending in a way that you would with a friend, kind of like a way that it's a good question, but said in kind of like that nice harsh way of like, I don't know, like lightly teasing someone. Let's go with something like idiot. But no, how about like, are you a child for your species? William gets to go what? As a matter of fact, let's type it like that, because, you know, why not? A child. I forgot to put GG. Child. Someone wouldn't understand Glinder. Glinder. You speak above the intelligence. Of such age. But I don't know, you seem neighbors. But don't seem to possess it. Something like that. I don't know. It's probably trying to get too fancy. Because I don't want to keep typing out all the words from an entire conversation, because that wasn't the point. It was just supposed to be just storyboarding and get the next steps. GG explains Glinder and why it evil. William explains its color and doesn't hurt. Hurt. What if then they are interrupted by another creature who has more authority and scolds? That says does hurt. Oh wow, that was fast. I was looking for more, yeah. So interrupted by another creature who has more and scolds. GG for letting a child pollute itself. Begins taking William to depollute, but let's think of a better word. To depollute, aka again, I need another thing that has kind of like a harsher feel. So Majulikar. That sounds like a name. Mujil. I'm trying to think of something that's kind of like mutilate, but the entire idea is it's like the process of steeping you of color, but it actually does something more. It actually kind of would affect your mind more and erase kind of memories of the fact that you didn't get hurt from it. Mustrate. That's a neat sounding thing. I also gave this the wrong bubble. Okay, there we go. There we go. But we have to have Gigi act on faith here. Gigi looks at William in wonder and asks on their way what he meant by where he comes from. William explains, and G leaves. Boop, boop. I'm thinking William is brought to some odd tree building and is told he will have to wait until the next day as they are done mustrating for the day and pure dark is almost here. Something like William sits in jail. He is broken out by Gigi, who says she tested the Galinder and believes William. Bada boom, bada bing. What the hell? Someone's alarm's going off. And we're gonna make a little triangle here to say end of chapter. So I think that's a lot to have happen, especially with I think that this is going to be a super visual story to again get the concept across so well of the fact that everything's black and white. I mean, it's so abstract, it's going to be hard for us, and he's going to try to explain color. And this bubble in particular, I think, is going to be way more elaborate. But these are kind of the two biggest well, I guess besides the fact that Gigi's going to break him out. And we also still have to come up with one more character here. Whoever this authoritarian... Maybe not authoritarian, maybe that's a little too strong. But I'm thinking kind of like Centauri type of thing. Creature Centaur-like, because they're sorry about that, because they're kind of like the police force of fantasy. I feel like so that's kind of that big bold presence that I'm picturing. Yeah, and I think the next one's gonna be cool because they're gonna explore light a little bit more. They're gonna get even more scolded and go through even more shenanigans. Yeah, no, I like the start of this. I think we need to come up with get a stronger personality for William. So kind of my thought process is I want to storyboard out maybe like 3 chapters in total before I start writing this first one. Because otherwise, I don't know. I won't be far enough to really know what's up with William. What do we want to do with him? What's up with Gigi? And how's Artemis going to come back? All that type of stuff. I want a little bit more about them, a little bit more of a feel for them before I start truly trying to write out their personalities. So I think, there'll be 2 more sessions kind of like this. And then I'll try and write chapter 1, and I'll always try and do that where I'll be kind of 2 to 3 chapters ahead storyboarding wise before I start writing it. And then I can write it, record it, have fun with it. That's kind of the process. So thanks everyone who helped out. Special shout out to Frango. I know it wasn't a super long stream, but I got plans on a little bit, so I'm gonna go to those. And for those of you who want to watch me on Twitch, feel free. I haven't added it yet, but I will add my Twitch username or whatever, my link to my profile in the description for the video. And so thanks everyone for joining. I'll see you next time, and it has been a pleasure.